Hello and welcome to The Art of the Deal, the podcast where we break down negotiation strategies, ethical dilemmas, and hidden biases that influence decision making. I'm Purnima, your host, and today we are diving into a fascinating negotiation scenario where relationships plays a crucial role. Negotiation isn't just about numbers, it's about trust, perception, and power dynamics. Today we are going behind the scene of a real world negotiation between Company a major tech firm looking to acquire a software license, and Startup B, a small but innovative company that wants to protect its intellectual property. This negotiation isn't just about profits, it's about ethics, bias, and framing. So let's explore how this element shape the outcome. Ready? So let's begin. Let's start with the foundation of any negotiation, ethics. Ethics in negotiation isn't just about following the law, it's about fairness, integrity, and transparency. Now imagine this. Company A is a large multinational corporation looking to license an innovative software developed by Startup B. But there's a twist. Company A downplays the software value to negotiate a lower price. Here's the ethical dilemma. Is this strategic bargaining or is it deceptive? Company A uses information asymmetry to its advantage. They know the software's market potential but choose not to disclose it. From a utilitarian ethics perspective, they justify this as serving their shareholders' best interest. But is it fair to Startup B? On the other hand, Startup B is highly protective of its intellectual property. They refuse to negotiate flexible terms because of past experience where smaller firms were exploited by industry giants. Their ethical stance is more aligned with deontological ethics. They believe in protecting innovations at all costs. So what's right and who is right? That's where ethics gets tricky. One party prioritizes profit while the other prioritizes principles. But here's the question. Should ethical responsibility be equal in negotiation? Ethics in negotiation is about balancing competitive advantage with honesty. While some may argue that withholding information is just a part of the game, others believe transparency builds long-term relationships. What do you think? We'll unpack this further in our next episode, where we explore how biases shape negotiations outcomes. Welcome back to The Art of the Deal. In our last episode, we explored ethical dilemmas in negotiations. Now, let's dive into something even more subconscious, our bias. Biases influence how we perceive others, interpret information, and make decisions. Let's examine 4 common biases at play in this negotiation. Number 1, stereotyping. Company A assumes that because Company B is small, they lack negotiation power. This leads them to undermine Startup B leverage, believing they can push for an unfair deal. But a reality check. Many small firms hold strong patent rights and can legally challenge unfair deals. Underestimating them is a static mistake. Halo effect. The lead negotiator from Startup B has a strong industry reputation for standing firms in negotiations. Because of this, Company A assumes they'll be difficult to work with, even before the discussion begins. But what is this impact? This creates defensive attitudes, making compromise more harder. Number 3 is selective perceptions. Each party sees only what they want to see. For like Company A focuses on cost saving and ignores Startup B concerned about intellectual property security, Startup B fixates on past corporate betrayals instead of evaluating Company A's actual proposal. This reinforces negative assumptions and creates unnecessary frictions. Last is projection bias. Both parties assume the other things like them. Like Company A believes Startup B only cares about money, whereas Startup B believes Company A only wants to exploit them. But negotiation is more complex than that. Not recognizing different motivations leads to misalignment. Here's a key take. Biases fuel miscommunication, distrust, and impasses. Recognizing them is the first step to more rational and fair negotiations. Now, let's talk about something even more powerful. Guess what it can be? Let me tell you. That is how the way you frame an issue can change everything, literally. If negotiation is a chess game, then framing is the way you position your next move. How you define an issue influences how it perceived. In our scenario, Company A and Startup B frame the issue very differently. Company A frames it as a cost-saving opportunity. They pitch the deal as, this is a win-win, work with us for a long-term growth. But Startup B frames it as an intellectual property security issue. They say, we need guarantees before we even consider this. So what happens? They frame crash or clash. Company A thinks Startup B is stubborn, and Company B thinks Company A is being exploitative. What's the solution? Reframing. Instead of saying, we need this deal for profit, say, we want a partnership that benefits both of us. We must protect our intellectual property at all costs. Instead, we can just say, how can we ensure innovation's protection while also creating value together? Like, how you frame an issue changes the entire negotiation dynamics. Successful negotiators find way to align frames rather than let them compete. And that's a wrap for the art of the deal. We have explored ethics, biases, and framing, all crucial elements in negotiation. So next time you are in a negotiation, ask yourself these 3 questions. Am I being ethically transparent or strategically deceptive? What biases might be shaping my assumptions? How can I frame the issues in a way that fosters collaborations? What are your thoughts? Share them in the comment or send me a message. I'd love to hear from you. So these are the references that are used for the podcast for this topic for ethics, framing, and many more. Thank you for listening to me, and until next time, keep negotiating smart.